It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Let's celebrate the beautiful space around us, and there is beauty everywhere. Africa Month is a celebration of identity, first and foremost, creativity and culture, and few voices capture that better in the digital space, I think, than our next incredible guest, Patricia Blacc. We call her Pat Blacc, baby. She is an award-winning travel, food, and lifestyle content creator whose online presence has now inspired thousands to go out there and discover life's beauty, whether it's a luxury escape, tough life in Europe, maybe just a candlelit Cape Town dinner, or maybe that perfect home aesthetic. She has a way of showing it differently, and she is the visionary behind the Pat Blacc Experience, a curated series of intimate events that blend food, music, fashion, and culture into something truly unforgettable. Can we give her a feel-good welcome, Patricia Blacc? Pew, pew, pew. You're amazing. Can I tell you something quite funny? So I'm looking at your Instagram accounts, and I'm looking at some of the pictures. I'm like, wow, that's so beautiful. Where is it? It's literally across the road.
Literally,
okay,
yeah.
You helped me see my world in a different light. What is it? Do you always see that beautiful thing around you? What led you to this role, do you think?
Absolutely. Firstly, 100% yes, I see the beauty in everything. My brand is rooted on aesthetics. But it started when I lived in Europe. So I lived in Europe for about 4.5 years in Paris. And it just started with me wanting to document and journal all my experiences as a luxury fashion student. I wanted to really inspire people back home that as a young African woman, it's possible out there to go and see the world globally, to capture it amazingly. And yeah, I picked up the camera, I saw the aesthetics, and I've never put it down.
Had you seen someone who looked like you, who felt like you, who had your tone doing something like that before?
100%, but they were not African though. They were all, they were Chinese bloggers, they were American bloggers, but I hadn't really found an African blogger that I was resonating with. It wasn't the time of blogs. And so I said, why not? Let me be that person who paves the way for other young African creatives to go out there and capture the world. And yeah.
You're so young still, and you're using words like blog. Maybe you'll have to explain to people what blogging is. I can't believe we've reached that point in our life. No, kudos to you for turning this into a business, a thriving business that just gets better with each piece of content that you do. It kind of feels like you've got the best algorithm for the kind of work that you do, which is amazing. Why take it to the Pat Blacc Experience? What was this extension of the brand all about?
So I wanted to bring that connection into real life. I mean, I've spent the last 10 years connecting with people online. That the Pat Blacc Experience was essentially about bringing that connection and that community into the real world. So the Pat Blacc Experience was basically born out of a desire to bring a tangible taste of the digital world that I've created into real life through a series of intimate, luxurious lifestyle events.
Bless you for doing that. Bless you on behalf of all of the people that have been able to plug into this beautiful place, this world or version of that you've created.
Thank you.
How do you get it right? Because I would imagine now knocking around in the space where brands will come to you with a brief.
Yeah.
Yet you are always you. You are always hitting certain points perfectly. There is a level of authenticity there. Even if it's dressed up like an ad, we still get Pat Blacc.
Yeah.
How do you get that right? How does that balance achieved?
So I'm quite intentional. I'm very intentional, actually. My Pat Blacc Experience, or even the Pat Blacc brand, is rooted in aesthetics, but moreover, luxury, elegance, and a sense of calm. So I always ask myself, do the brands resonate what exactly the Pat Blacc Experience is, or even the Pat Blacc brand is? And I've learned that saying no is just as powerful as saying yes. And that discipline is what has kept my brand quite consistent and trustworthy.
I like that calm.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you put that in your little manifesto there. Is this making me feel calm right now? No, it's not part of the Pat Blacc Experience.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What has the response been like? Because you're kind of bringing people now literally into your world.
Literally.
Which is a vulnerable space to go now. It's kind of, putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
And I would imagine quite a bit of money as well into that space. So the stakes are high. What has the reaction been like?
Do you know what? It's actually been amazing. It's been great. There's a high demand for the event. I'm constantly getting when are you creating the next one? When is the next one coming up? So it's good to see that I've sort of supplied something that was in demand, because in Cape Town we don't have those kind of events.
For sure.
We don't have experiential events, and so that's where I now come and I bridge that gap. And so it's great to see that people are soaking it up.
as much as they can, and that's
Yeah.
great because it's a commercial space.
100%.
And that means people are winning and we all rise together.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that coin, because you are a trailblazer as an African content creator, and you're playing around with some big Western brands with some ideas that we often just jump onto from a trend perspective, yet you keep it very grounded on this continent. For those content creators wanting to make their mark throughout Africa now, what advice do you have for them?
So I always say that I bring a softness to African luxury, you know. I think it's important to remain authentic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? My heritage is something that, it's not something I perform. It's something that's woven into who I am, and it's woven into the way that I create. For example, it's very happy to say the Blacc experience is moving to Tanzania. So we are then going to be able to showcase that luxury from an African perspective. So I think the best piece of advice is to just remain authentic. You know, there's so much luxury in an African woman who embraces luxury and embraces, you know, elegance. So, yeah.
Yeah, normally we sit on this couch, when we're trying to get people to connect with purpose, it's like this tough thing, you know, go climb a mountain or whatever. Now we're asking them to embrace luxury. Just relax and stay calm. You can do it.
Stay calm.
Okay, if you focus, you really can do this. You're amazing, man.
Thank
I
you.
absolutely love what you're putting down because
Thank
you live it every single day.
every
There is a
single
level
day.
of authenticity that is mind-blowing. So we're going to keep Pat with us so we can create a little bit of a Pat Blacc experience right now for us, but for you guys as well. Stick around. We're going to continue on this incredible, enlightening journey with an amazing content creator. Go and check out some of her platforms right now. We'll keep them up on the screen and delve into some of the beauty around you.